Book summary. In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros is an emotionally gripping romance novel that explores themes of fate, trauma, resilience, and enduring love. The story follows Izzy, Astor, and Nate Phelan, two people whose lives are forever changed by a tragic plane crash and the series of events that follow. Introduction to the story. The novel begins with 20-year-old Izzy Astor boarding a flight from New York to Oklahoma, where she meets Nate Phelan, a young man with a rough exterior and a guarded heart. Despite their contrasting personalities, an instant connection sparks between them. Izzy is an optimistic and free-spirited aspiring lawyer, while Nate is a jaded young man dealing with personal struggles. Their conversation is cut short when the unthinkable happens. Their plane crashes into the Missouri River. The plane crash and its aftermath. Izzy and Nate miraculously survive the crash, but their lives are permanently altered. The traumatic event binds them together, creating an unspoken bond that neither can shake. However, in the aftermath, circumstances force them apart. Nate enlists in the military, determined to find purpose and escape his troubled past, while Izzy pursues her education and career. Despite their separate paths, their connection remains strong, and they cross paths multiple times over the years. Each encounter is filled with longing, unresolved feelings, and missed opportunities. However, life continues to pull them in different directions, making a lasting relationship seem impossible. A reunion in a war zone. Years later, Izzy and Nate reunite under extraordinary circumstances. Izzy, now a journalist and humanitarian working in war-torn Afghanistan, finds herself in danger when her work puts her in the path of conflict. Nate, now a dedicated soldier in the U.S. Army Special Forces, is part of a mission that unexpectedly involves Izzy. Their reunion is intense, charged with emotions from their past encounters and the high-stakes environment of a war zone. As they work together to navigate the perilous circumstances surrounding them, their old feelings resurface. However, their relationship is complicated by Nate's deep-seated fears of losing Izzy and his reluctance to open his heart completely. Meanwhile, Izzy struggles with the reality of loving a man whose duty puts him in constant danger. Themes of fate, trauma, and love. Rebecca Yarros masterfully weaves themes of fate and destiny into the novel. Izzy and Nate's relationship is defined by serendipitous meetings and circumstances that continuously bring them back together, making it feel as though they are meant to be despite the obstacles in their way. The impact of trauma is also a central theme. Both characters bear emotional scars from their pasts, the plane crash, personal losses, and the challenges of their respective careers. Nate, in particular, struggles with PTSD and survivor's guilt, making it difficult for him to fully embrace happiness with Izzy. The novel sensitively explores the psychological toll of war and trauma, adding depth to the characters' emotional struggles. Love, in its most raw and enduring form, is at the heart of the novel. Izzy and Nate's relationship is passionate, complicated, and deeply emotional. Their love story is not a straightforward romance but rather a journey of self-discovery, healing, and learning to trust in fate, character development and growth. One of the novel's strengths is the depth of its characters. Izzy is a strong, determined woman who refuses to let fate dictate her life. She fights for what she believes in, whether it's her career, humanitarian work, or love for Nate. Her character arc is one of resilience and unwavering hope. Nate, on the other hand, undergoes significant growth throughout the story. He starts as a man who keeps his emotions guarded, but through his experiences, he learns to confront his fears and accept that love does not make him weak. His journey is one of self-acceptance and finding the courage to embrace happiness despite his past traumas. Writing style and narrative structure. Yarros employs a dual timeline narrative, alternating between the past, Izzy and Nate's initial meeting and the aftermath of the plane crash, and the present, their reunion in Afghanistan. This structure allows readers to see the evolution of their relationship and understand the depth of their connection. Her writing is poignant and evocative, with vivid descriptions that bring both the beauty and brutality of the settings to life. The emotional intensity of the novel is heightened by her ability to convey the raw, unfiltered emotions of the characters. Conclusion: a story of love and resilience. In the Likely Event is a heart-wrenching yet hopeful novel that explores the idea that some connections are too powerful to be broken by time or circumstance. Izzy and Nate's story is one of survival, second chances, and the belief that love, no matter how complicated, is worth fighting for.